Thank you, Chairman. Japanese delegation has submitted a draft resolution on disaster risk reduction. And I would like to provide an overview and explain the background. Due in part to geographical features, risks of natural disasters, including earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, typhoons, and floods, are extremely high in the Asia-Pacific region. In fact, this region accounts for 90% of the world's natural disaster victims. Economic losses from natural disasters average over $100 billion per year. And we have become strongly aware that disaster risk reduction efforts by the international community are essential for the achievement of safety and security of humankind, the eradication of poverty, and the achievement of sustainable development. Disaster risk reduction has also been raised as an important issue in discussions by APEC and the East Asia Summit. In the Asia-Pacific region that is susceptible to natural disasters, we believe that establishing resilient societies capable of responding to natural disasters in all aspects, including prevention, mitigation, emergency response, recovery, and reconstruction, is an urgent issue. In order to do so, disaster risk reduction must be made mainstream at all levels of public policy by increasing the priority of disaster risk reduction, ensuring proper governance for disaster risk reduction, and allocating sufficient financial resources. Regarding this point, I would like to emphasize the importance of our role as parliamentarians in monitoring the effort of our own respective governments and providing adequate recommendations. In Japan, learning from the lessons following the massive damage that was caused by the Great East Japan earthquake, we established the Basic Act for National Resilience, contributing to preventing and mitigating disasters for developing resilience in the lives of the citizenry, to promote policies for creating a safe country. This act stipulates the basic principles for building steady nation prepared for the prevention of disasters in advance, disaster mitigation and prompt reconstruction, and clarifies the responsibilities of the government in its achievement. In addition, it is important to consider disaster risk reduction as an international agenda item to encourage disaster risk reduction becoming more mainstream. 2015 will mark the final year of the UN Hyogo Framework for Action 2005-2015. When formulating a framework to follow this one, we will need to adopt a framework this is further developed and more effective than the current one. While disaster risk reduction is not included in the current Millennium Development Goals, we believe that in the formulation of the development agenda following 2015, it is important to clarify the position of disaster risk reduction. We believe that Japan can contribute to the development of these discussions, and the third UN World Conference on Disaster Reduction is scheduled to be held in March of this year in the city of Sendai, which was affected by Japan's recent disaster. We hope that every country will actively participate in these discussions aimed at making disaster risk reduction more mainstream. Japan has continued to provide support for the UN's International Disaster Risk Reduction Strategy, share information on disasters, and develop human resources through the Asia Disaster Reduction Center, and provide regional disaster risk reduction cooperation in areas such as Japan, China, Korea, and APEC in order to contribute to the prevention and mitigation of disasters around the world by fully leveraging the knowledge and technologies that it has developed in response to these disasters experienced to date. Further disaster risk reduction cooperation from every country and the international community is essential for reducing the loss of life and the social and economic losses caused by disaster and for continuing sustainable development. Based on this awareness, the Japanese delegation proposed a draft resolution on disaster risk reduction. We hope that you give it your consideration and support, and we sincerely thank you for your kind attention. Thank you.
Muchas gracias a Japón. Tiene la palabra Australia, la honorable Ann Mack.